I do my best, but my best wasn't good enough.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm hustling.
BoxingVoice.com.
You won the bet with nobody.
BoxingVoice.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter.
BoxingVoice.com.
Payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look at this guy. There's a plan to go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingVoice.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Wednesday morning, and we are back to discuss the Canelo team. As a member of the Canelo team, Oscar Valdez, the current WBC champion at 130 pounds, his A sample tested positive, and bottom line is he's saying it was herbal tea. We're only here because he's blaming it on herbal tea. Let's just be real. I mean, everybody popping these days. If he'd have just popped and said something normal, but herbal tea, I mean, then you got Victor Conte, who's an expert at this, who comes out and says, I personally have given athletes whatever phentermine is. It is very powerful. You know why it's a performance enhancing? It gives you stamina. It makes it easier to breathe. So this is a bad look, right? The Canelo team not looking good. You have Canelito, the head honcho. He popped for clenbuterol, and he proved his innocence with hair follicles. So the question is, will Oscar Valdez, the current WBC champion, go to the extremes to prove his innocence as Canelo did? But there's also the other side of this, which is the team looks guilty. I mean, Louis Neary pop, Canelo pop, and now Oscar Valdez pops. Those are the three that I remember from the Canelo team. I don't know if anybody else knows of any others, but those are the three that I remember coming out of that Canelo team. So it's just not a good look altogether. And neither is the excuse of herbal tea. And I'm being told it's pronounced phentermine. So there you go. Funny because it sounds like amphetamines, you know, which is obviously a real drug, but it was also something that was showing up in Jack 3D, which was another, how do you call that? There's a pre-workout that Brandon Rios popped for using Jack 3D. But it looks like we got the king of the king of Essex here. I'm all scrambled up, but so is your internet, champ. I don't know. Let's see, are we gonna be able to hear you? Are you there? Are you there? You hear me? You hear me?
Am I here? Am I here? Am I there? How I'm doing?
Nah, I hear you. What's goody?
Hey, listen, man. We was baking in the scenes about this topic, man, and the first thing I could think of is like, when you get a ex cop that tells you something about security, or they tell you something about what police officers do, I'm inclined to believe that individual based on his experience. If Victor Conti tells me that this substance is, a performance enhancing, I gotta believe it. I gotta believe it. Like I believe the cat that passed the bar at law school. You're an expert in that field. Now, the context of how did he get it in his body? Well, again, I don't want to go too far off in it, but suppose he did take it with that supplement. Because I used to take when I was fake working out that Jack 3D. I'm just saying, man, I think there has to be some more diligence that fighters are because the thing is, you don't want to risk a bad reputation. Mm-hmm. So I think accountability is the way to go. If you pop, just kind of speak to it, because the more excuses you make, it start to sound bad. They better ask Big Baby Miller.
We got a super chat from Zeno Gray early in the morning. Good morning. Thank you. Who says, joining the conversation, Valdez, Neary, Canelo. What if your girl looked this suspect? Now, that's true. That's true. If you found 3 different phone numbers and 3 different weird texts, I mean, let's go out. Because popping is you got caught. Now you got an excuse. And it's about, is the excuse valid enough? So she got caught. She said yes to the date 3 times. That's a little suspect. It's a little suspect.
Yeah, I mean, how George W. Bush say it, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't fool me again, man.
Yeah, man. For real, because, look, I mean, I'm not blaming anybody, but again, I'm just asking people to ask themselves, how does this look? They're saying Neary was before Reynoso, but they spelled Reynoso wrong, so I don't even know, could I believe you? And maybe you spelled it wrong because you're, I don't know, like in a rush to protect Canelo and the team. Was Neary with, because I thought Neary popped, and that's why they got rid of him, honestly. He was the first person in that camp to pop, and I thought that's why they got rid of him, because they were saying he was a little bit lazy. But, there's also the pictures. I couldn't find it, man. I thought we had it in the pre-pro. Hopefully you got it. Or Rob, if you're listening, you could send it to us so that we can screen share, because there's also the internet theory that this is all real because of Ryan's transformation. There's like a side-by-side of 2018 and 2020 or something like that. And, Ryan's looking like Lil Canelo in the most recent picture.
And you know what, Ness, to add to that, to the internet investigation that has been launched by the internet boxing authorities.
Well, speaking of investigation, don't lose your train of thought, so keep repeating it in your head. But according to the reports, WBC and VADA are launching a full investigation. But go ahead.
Well, and that's how it happens. Sometimes, you break the news, and then that's what they call investigative reporting, right? But I just like to say this. Some people have added, and I won't give it much light, but that's the real reason for Ryan kind of missing these dates and blaming mental health, because he didn't want to pop.
No, they saying he's been out because he's cycling off.
Yeah. That's essentially it. And, oh, man, like, Ness, again, if you heard that, your girl hung out with cheaters, and all her homegirls cheat on their men, and then you see something suspicious, I mean, god damn, man.
Yeah, man. No, listen. For me, pre-pro moving fast. The thing is that this internet picture that I was just sent by the production team here, the thing is that, like, how do we know it's really 2018? How do we know this isn't like Ryan at 16? And they just found the little thinnest looking Ryan possible to put in a side by side. That's what I'm asking myself. How do we know? But This is another picture that's floating around the internet, causing a hoopla. They're saying that Team Reynoso created this. And they're saying to themselves, like, you know, if people condemned Fury for pictures, well, how many words are in this picture? You know? And this is only 2018, 2019. I mean, obviously we're in 2021 right now. But again, you know, someone can argue logically that Ryan is a growing boy turning into a growing man. And what you're seeing here is Ryan's manhood coming into play, right? Like he's coming into his own as a man.
And let me give you an example of that.
And he trains every day. Like, can't your body transform if you're training every day? I mean, didn't Andy Ruiz Jr.'s body change when he was training over there every day?
Absolutely. And I'll give you something even more, you know, calm or basic, right? All my people that watch Cobra Kai, look at poor Miguel. From one season to the next, he was a scrawny kid. Now, like, he's just a grown man with a full face and his beard is coming out. So, you know, there just comes a time where you go from 18 to 19, you start to go into your 20s, your body does experience some change, you know? But, you know, I'm trying to be objective because I don't want to make any accusations, but it's a hell of a lot of a smoke, not just coming from me. It's coming from this whole Reynoso situation, man.
Yeah, no, listen. I mean, when there is speculation, people start to gather their evidence. And, you know, again, I want to be fair. Some of you didn't believe photographs was enough evidence in the Fury Wilder situation. So, you know, comparison pictures of Ryan aren't indictment. That's not an indictment. It's a photo at the end of the day, right? That's how they took the Wilder situation. So, I don't know, you know, but what we do have is a young man saying that he drank herbal tea. Now, let me ask you this question. Why would you be drinking herbal tea? The only people I know that drink herbal tea are these Instagram models that are selling herbal fat tummy tea to make money, and they're specifically selling this tea with the assumption that you will lose weight. So for Valdez to use herbal tea, I mean, there has to be like a disconnect there, or a connection, in fact, because like herbal tea is well known to lose weight. So there has to be something in it. You had to have wanted to check, right? Like if all these women are drinking tea to lose weight, there's probably something in it.
Well, the other thing too, Ness, I think, you know, I'm just trying to be objective. Culturally, we had a big thing, especially on the East Coast, where a lot of our Latino women were selling Herbalife.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Herbalife.
Unless his lady's selling Herbalife and he trying to, you know what I mean, get some of that product down on her behalf, I'm with you. I'm trying to figure out why wouldn't he, you know, just drink some regular tea or some coffee or something? Why is he's got to get a special tea that could, you know, perhaps have, because even like I said, the Jack 3D, that's over the counter, causes a shitload of problems.
Yes.
You would think that, you know, you would be a bit more discerning in terms of what you putting in your body. So to say it's a herbal tea, and then, you know, we did some research, you know, behind the scenes. So there's allegedly like an L phentermine and then the actual phentermine, because what the substance in question is only available by prescription.
Oh man.
So he's alleging that the version that was in his system was perhaps the legal version of the shit that's only available by prescription. I don't know.
He ain't even
it's so
post.
unclear.
He ain't even post. Like normally people come out and like, listen, mi gente, you know, this ain't true. Let me see your story before I start talking here. Nothing on the story so far. Pad word. No, can't hurt me. Uh-oh. That must have been a shot. Let me screen share. This was a shot at y'all. This was a shot. Let's see. 12 hours ago, he showed a book called Can't Hurt Me. Damn, is this a plane he's in? The fuck? I gotta watch this again. Is this his plane? Nah, what is this? He must be in
That's
one
Canelo's jet,
He
man.
must be in one of those bubbles, those like those chambers. Damn, that shit looked like a car, bro. Look at this. Cause I feel like it's gotta. You see, like he's in a chamber. Yeah, it's shut right there. Okay, Valdez, all your fancy smashy tea and stuff. Got you in some trouble here. I mean, he's still working 10 hours ago, so I mean, look, you know, it's Top Rank, and you see what Victor Conti said. He said no promoter wants to lose money, so they need to come up with an excuse. How are you looking at it? Like, is Conti making sense to you? Do they need to save the day, and that's why we'll get a excuse such as Herbal tea? Do you think he'll be allowed to fight?
You know, I don't think he should be allowed to fight without some sort of investigation. If they're going to investigate it, now that it's on the radar, they got to look into it. And going back to Victor Conti's statements, man, I'm just inclined to believe, you know, the person. I mean, he has firsthand knowledge. He was, before this most recent scandal with A-Rod and Mary J. Blige and all these artists, Victor Conti was, you know, the guy in that scandal with Barry Bonds and Balco many years ago. And I believe at a time he was working as a consultant or as a nutritionist, or he was working with a lot of fighters. And so, again, I don't know what his reasoning would be to throw somebody under the bus, more so than maybe, you know, he's just clarifying something, you know, from his expert opinion. You know, if Dr. Fauci says one thing and then another doctor says something, we're going to ask questions because one doctor don't know it all. So let's let someone else other than Victor Conti perhaps say something else, and then I'll go in another direction. But right now I'm believing Victor Conti, or at least the context of what he's saying.
Yeah, look, and this is Victor Conti. Every time someone pops, he's got something to say because he feels he's an expert on the matter. He feels he knows the terminology. I mean, I'm pretty sure if we do research or a Google search, I'm pretty sure, let me see my calendar. I'm pretty sure, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure if we do a Google search, he has something to do with Vada in the very beginning. Like him and Margaret Goodman are pretty close. I think they brought him on maybe as an advisor to try to help them, you know, to figure out a way not to cheat the system, if that makes any sense.
The same way they bring on hackers after they serve their time. It's something like that happened in Rutgers. A young guy changed his grades. You know, they failed him out, made him serve time. And then after he served his time, they actually hired him. Rutgers University hired him to do anti-virus and security checks. So there is redeeming qualities. I do see that has happened in other areas where an expert, regardless of their infractions within the community, they're still an expert. So, you know, maybe it is some ego. Like you said, every time somebody pops, he's got something to say, but what he has to say is so relevant, you just got to listen a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, again, and it's like you said, until there's another expert that comes out and vocalizes as much as Conti, what do? The only other guy that you can choose to listen to, and everyone, you know, like being a fan of a fighter, you choose who you are a fan of, right? So there's Memo Heredia, who also has knowledge in the situation, but people don't necessarily love, you know, and sometimes he says things on these types of matters. But it's just becoming more and more common. I mean, I think we've already forgotten John Pascal, you know? John Pascal's already forgotten. Like, what's happened with that? Did he get stripped of those 2 titles? What's going on? In the meantime, we got Supermex Rodriguez. Congratulations to Matt, Supermex's brother. I believe he just had his newborn. And shout out to Mex fighting COVID and still listening. Says, I'm Team Nello, but clenbuterol, which is for weight cut, now diuretic. And look at Andy's most recent pick, Eddie and Chepo, looking real suspect out here. Yeah, I mean, look. I try to stay up to date on all the latest tech, right? I am subscribed to a lot of YouTubers that do videos on the latest tech, current tech, whatever can help me get an edge in the field that I'm in. People saying I'm putting the cape on, I'm just being real, right? So I understand everything that's taking place with every single fighter, not just Valdez. You need an edge. It's like when someone tells you, oh, you should eat bananas before you work out. Or, hey, you know what? You should fast and then work out. You're gonna lose XYZ. It's gonna do XYZ. It's no different. Yes, these things are illegal, but what I'm telling you is this is a competition and everybody wants an edge.
And Ness,
and it's funny that it's weight. Let me just finish with this. It's funny that it's always a diuretic, always a way to cut the weight, which means they want to get down to the absolute lowest so that they can have the advantage. Maybe that's what we need to consider to curve this a little bit, because I doubt we'll ever get rid of it unless it's 365 drug testing, but something that's impossible with the number of fighters around the world. But go ahead.
No, you've heard me say this at the highest level. You know, I used to be an avid football fan, you know, before boxing kind of jumped back in. But Bill Belichick, nobody, and Tom Brady, nobody's going to deny either one of their greatness. And one of the best sayings I ever heard, you know, OG told me this. He said, man, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. It's just how far you're willing to go. You know what I'm saying? If you the kind of person that, you know, you might go to the venue and look around and be like, I want this corner because I don't like the glare of the light. You know, looking for every edge and every advantage is a part of having a competitive nature. However, I think you have to ask yourself, how far are you going to go? You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between somebody saying like, yo, you know, you want to rock your old lady on your honeymoon, you could take this blue pill, versus somebody saying, yo, you want to rock your old lady, take a line. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Listen, we got a super chat. El Sucio. I think I'm saying that wrong, but I'm going to go with that. So, Socio. Could be Socio. I think it's, no, Socio would have been S-O. So. That's definitely Sucio. Or Sucio. I don't know. Whatever.
OU? Is it OU?
I know we had this mistake before, and I think he did say I was right. So I'm going to just go with El Sucio. I think. Shout out, TBV. Listen, man. At the end of the day, it just looks a little weird. You know, it looks a little weird. They need to get a grip on this thing.
So what happens? What happens with Valdez? What happens with this? Somebody mentioned you put that belt in there for Herring and Stevenson on the line now. You know what I'm saying? While he gets his name cleared.
I don't think they can do that, because that would be the only way you can do that is putting the champion in recess, and he's not injured or unable to fight. He has tested positive for a banned substance. So the extreme thing would be to strip him, but they won't. WBC always does an investigation. Look how long they took to give Franchon Cruz her belt back. Look how long they took to decide whatever they were going to decide with Dillian White. So there won't be any rush. Valdez won't be giving his belt to Herring and Shakur. Whoever started that is definitely a true boxing fan. Like, they were dreaming and just wishing. Like, why would they just throw the belt at those guys? Like, there's a ranking in the WBC. Like, even if Shakur is the number one in the WBC, they need to then petition to the WBC to have whoever Shakur is facing be, worthy of that shot. Because neither guy can be ranked anyway, because both are the WBO champion and WBO interim champion. So neither of them are in any other sanctioning body because of that very reason. So, it'll be difficult for the WBC. Again, they can do some Lomachenko shit, but neither of those guys are Lomachenko. Neither of them have made the noise of Lomachenko in the sense that, they can say, hey, WBC, I'm petitioning to put this vacant belt on the line like Loma did for Campbell when Loma's a multiple division. He's special. He started his career rapidly, something no one's ever done. It's a wrap. He put himself in the books. I could say whatever I want about him, but before Tio took the mask off, you know what I'm saying? He was able to accomplish a lot. So Loma will get his credit, and that's why Loma had certain, navigational, negotiational skills. He could ask for certain things because of his accolades, is basically what I'm trying to say. Now, the producer sent the effects of phentermine, and it says, it helps increase the body's metabolism and works with the body's thermogenics to increase metabolism. Alpha lipoic acid is an antioxidant that often is used for the treatment of diabetes and HIV. Well, there you go. Yo, it's always weird to break down these compounds that they're taking and then find out. Like when we found out what Big Baby was taking, it was like, oh, it's got some rat shit in it. And now you find out what this dude's taking, and he's taking fucking HIV medicine. It's like, yo, you dudes are out here really, y'all really taking risks with yourselves. Outside of just getting in the ring, y'all just taking stuff in your body. I mean, wow.
Yo, pharmacology is crazy, man. I mean, to put something in your body that hasn't, medicine in of itself, when you look at a commercial, the shit that's good for you gotta have a half a dozen side effects. So can you imagine taking something to get an advantage? And it's a dangerous game that they're playing. And that's why, it's crazy, because not only that, I'm not saying it's going to give them some superhuman strength, but we see the difference a gas tank make. You know what I'm saying? Running off of gasoline versus diesel, right? Yeah. If you have a gas tank in that fight, then you're going to be in there. And for a high volume puncher like him, I don't
that
know
analogy works different, because if you are a diesel tank fighter, you got the gas tank, because diesel gives you more miles than gas. Diesel, bro, you fill up a tank of diesel, that shit'll last you a week.
So is this substance, diesel fuel? Is he trying to get diesel fueled?
I mean, he definitely, it would have to be a better drug to use the metaphor as diesel, because diesel is, I'm telling you, I rented a diesel even in DR. You never driven a diesel car?
Yeah, I got from DC to Jersey on a quarter of a tank. In a diesel joint.
There you go. And DC is 4 hours away from New Jersey, depending on what part of New Jersey you in anyway. Because like if you go right into the boot of like Camden, then that's only like an hour maybe from excuse me, it's only like 2 to 2.5, maybe 240 from the beginning of New Jersey. But still in all, that's still a lot of miles. Diesel definitely gives you more miles to the tank, man. That's why you see all these big trucks are diesel. That being said, listen, this is so funny. It's almost like THC, because phentermine is stored in the body's fat, and burning fat may support elimination. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. It's just like bud. Like if you lean, your test might be negative because you are in shape. The THC stores in the fat. So it also only lasts 4 days. So the B sample might end up being clean. Or if he gets retested now, like, oh, test me, I know it's wrong, that was contaminated, he might be clean, because the process there's no way to speed it up, but it generally lasts in your system about 2 days after the last time you take it. So that's like no time. That's like nothing. That being said, I got a few super chats. Let me get to what looks like Mr. PBC in Seattle, sunny Seattle, Washington. The last super before cycling off Roydnozo. Roydnozo is the plug. Canelo on the meat. Valdez whipping up that herbal tea with the drugs. Yo, you funny whipping up the herbal tea. Yo, that's how.
Yo, don't eat lunch. Don't eat lunch. Don't eat lunch at Eddie Reynoso's camp, yo.
Nah, man, that's
allegedly.
Allegedly, right? That's crazy. Crazy. I mean, it is. I wonder if there's going to be any high-level journalists doing like a, hey, that's shady, because it's 3 fighters now, right? I mean, it is 3 fighters.
Yeah, and I don't want to start thinking, man, you know what I'm saying? Part of it is, you know, the THC we just spoke of, but I don't want to start I want to think that Andy was determined, because I've been where Andy was at. I want to think that Andy was determined, and he's a hardworking guy.
Andy popped too?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, you saying the weight laws? You want to say?
Yeah. I don't want, and this is what happens.
But let me ask you something.
Smoking.
Nah. Let me ask you something. This is a good little segue. Andy took like a year off or more. Do it matter if you using something like specifically a diuretic? If you taking a year to, specifically a fat person too, like if you taking a year to transform your body, is it cheating if you're out of competition? You're out, you're inactive, you're not even in the rankings. Like, what? Are you always a professional fighter, even without a fight, even without like a date? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. Cause it's not illegal. Like, are you going to jail if they test you right now? Pull over, oh shit, you got a diuretic in your system. Put your hands behind your back. No, right? So like, if I'm not I went down this crazy road. They really gonna think I'm capping for Canelo and them, and I'm not. Let me tell you, this was supposed to be y'all hating me for getting at them, but it just ain't working out that way. But that's okay, because again, if I'm out of competition, I'm telling myself, man, I'm too fat. Y'all see me, I'm just too fat. This ain't right. I'm not fighting until I get right, and you go get right. You go use the herbal fat tummy tea that every Instagram model's using, and they ain't going to jail to use it. They ain't going to jail. They not being fined because they drinking Herbal Life.
But Ness, let me work with you. If it's I realize the error of my ways. Not only do I have the right trainer in Reynoso, but I also have a personal trainer. I have a dietitian. I got a regimen, right? Then if you say, then I got the tummy tea. From there, that should be enough. Like, in competition or not, this way you got to ask the question. So you got all of that, the tummy tea. Do you also take, you know what I'm saying, a little something extra if it's available? And that's where you have to say, is whatever this substance is in a supplement that could be ingested outside of competition under normal circumstances, or is it still a pharmaceutical grade product that you're ingesting outside of competition? If it's still pharmaceutical grade, if it's still a shot in the ass or the nasal spray, even if you're not in competition, to me, that's intent towards using it for the purposes of. Like, if you're just, a fat dude in your personal time and you're a chef and you're using roids. If you're a chef and you're using roids, that's a personal choice, because chances are you ain't going to be tussling with nobody. It's never going to be utilized in a way where you can take advantage of its benefits. But if you're a fighter, even if it's off season, eventually you'll get to the point to where you would have benefited off the advantages of using the shit.
So here's the other thing. You got my boy Caleb Plant refusing to fight Canelo until they gave him 8 weeks drug testing, and he still ain't get that. He only got 7. And then now, all you Canelo fanboys and all you Canelo haters, listen closely, because the haters gonna love what I say. Fanboys are not. But now, if I'm a hater of Canelo, I'm looking at myself and I'm saying, oh, this is why those negotiations was taking so long, because you needed time. You needed those 2 to 3, 4 days. You understand? Might be something up in there we don't want to see. I don't know, because you only giving Plant 7 weeks now. My man wanted 8. He wanted 8. That's what everybody know. He wanted 8. He wanted to be great. He wanted 8. And at some point we have to start, like, I don't know, asking the questions at the very least, because it's like people are having the suspicion. Now people around these athletes are popping. I mean, come on, like something. We got it. Again, there has to be an investigation not only on Valdez, but on maybe the entire team, right? Because maybe they're just making a simple mistake. Maybe they're just going to the wrong GNC. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know I've been doing this so long, and this is part of the sport in the sense that everyone is looking for a way to lose weight, because that's where your easiest advantage is gained. And by easy, I mean that's something you can control. You know, you may not be better than a fighter. You may not be faster than a fighter. You know, you may not be stronger than a fighter, but you can control being bigger than a fighter if you can suck down. You know, if you have more discipline, if you can hold it, you know, you can take an advantage. And, you know, and not everybody has the discipline to get down and stay down. So these diuretics, this is old news, you know? It's old news. It's funny, though, because it used to just be people that were overweight. You would get your Brandon Rioses, you know, your Big Babies, you know, people that were overweight would be the ones that were fat shamed into taking diuretics. Now you're getting fucking like guys that already can steal your girl with their 6-pack. This isn't even fair. Like, dog, you're supposed to be really getting it in. You know, I mean, think about it. Willie Monroe popped, right, for a diuretic as well.
Yeah.
You know, so many, man, so many pop for this diuretic. It's crazy. And they find different ways of losing weight. You know, I know that Julio Cesar Chavez, he popped for marijuana, but obviously people consider that a masking agent. Like Jamel Herring went on record and said he respects Valdez, but, you know, this is a known diuretic. And he said everyone knows you use these types of steroids to flush. So Jamel is not even saying, yo, he's using this to weight cut. He's going further, speculating further, saying he's using this to flush out the shit that he really took. You understand what I'm saying? He's saying, nah, you ain't cutting weight. You flushing your system with that because you took some stronger shit. I respect you as a champ, but this some bullshit. I'm going to pull up his exact quote. Hopefully ESPN Ringside has it there all nice and shiny the way they like to fucking do these days. I guess they're competing with Dazn. Yeah, here we go. They don't miss a beat, I'm telling you. Oh, no, this is the one where he's talking about Shakur. Let me go see if you got the other one. Nah, they missed the beat. Y'all tripping. Rob, help me out. I know you know what I'm talking about. Me and Rob don't miss a beat, I tell you that. I seen it already. It's out there. It's a little picture of Herring. Let me see if he got it on his own Instagram. It's a picture of Herring. Damn, how they gonna put... This is disrespect. I swear, ESPN always showing their true colors. Look, how they gonna post Jamel talking about Shakur and he the champ, but they ain't got Jamel's Instagram. I could click Shakur's, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? The level of disrespect is insane. Like, come on, man. They gonna act like that was a mistake, huh? While we wait for Rob to help me find that Jamel Herring actual quote, we'll go to Rich Mendez on the super chat. He says, is this used to cut weight, a PED? Is it the same? I understand it's a banned substance, but is it a PED? So again, man, It's a banned substance. Is it a performance enhancement drug? Yes, because based off its definition, it gives you stamina and it helps you breathe better. So absolutely, that's gonna enhance your performance in the fight. And C, there is still the Jamel Herring accusation that this isn't the sole purpose that he used it for. Instead, it's the fake out that he's possibly using this to flush out something worse. Let me go to Twitter because I don't like talking about people and not having their fucking quote there. Maybe he has it on Twitter.
And you know, this just goes back to that point, man. This is what a fighter that knows the insides and the outsides of the game.
A dude that himself not struggles, but like tells you how difficult it is to make weight. So, you know, Jamel has every right. So look, Jamel, I'm telling you, Jamel ain't happy. Look, he posted this. He's like, from Cop's story. And he says, I personally have given athletes phentermine. I know what it does. It's very powerful. It's like methamphetamines. Victor Conti, the founder of Balco, told ESPN. Conti served time in prison after pleading guilty to conspiracy to distribute performance enhancement drugs, founding Snack, a sports nutrition company. You know why it's a performance enhancement drug? Because it's central nervous stimulant, he added. It accelerates your heart rate. It gives you energy. It gives you endurance. It gives you stamina. It makes it easier to breathe. Your training time exhaustion would be much longer. I need some of that shit. Can I get some? I'm living in Florida. I need a beach body, man. Somebody send me some of this shit. This shit sound like it's right. I hear you.
Victor Conti, sponsored TBV. Victor Conti.
I want the herring one though, man. Help me. Okay, here we go. 19 hours ago. Educate yourself. This is again herring. But this is his actual quote. The last one I was showing you, he was posting something out of the Mike Coppinger story from ESPN. Shout out to Coppinger who broke this news. We forgot to say that even though it's on our thumbnail. Educate yourself for a moment. Diuretic banned substances are commonly used to flush out all other banned substance, not just cutting water weight. As a fellow champion, I respect Valdez, but this is hard to ignore. So there you go. I found it. Now I feel good that you got to see it with your own eyes. Not only did I tell you so that you know I'm not making it up, he doesn't buy it. He's like, you flushing. You flushing, champ. You know what I mean? I fuck with you, but you flushing. That being said, we get into the next super chat. The next super chat is from Jaime Nieto that says, fuck out of here. Trying to tie this to Canelo? It's known that he's enrolled in VADA. I can see the haters already coming out for this plant fight. See that? But my response to you is, fuck out of here. Valdez was enrolled in VADA in his last fight. That ain't stop him from popping this fight. Valdez is a WBC champion. He's been enrolled in VADA, and he still popped this fight. So what you talking about?
I guess he's trying to prove that VADA works because, you know, VADA caught this man popping. So
exactly.
I guess shout out to you on a super chat, my brother.
Do appreciate the super chatty. Yo, you know we like 19 days away from Border Wars. Is today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, 7 p.m. Don't forget to holla at us. We're going to be live right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern talking Border Wars 12, Watertown, Wisconsin at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. It's going down in less than 17 days. We will be in Watertown throwing down. And, you know, the Brave will be getting in the ring and swinging. What's going on, champ?
Hey, Ness, I got my pick to take over the heavyweight division in your absence. I don't know if you heard about that.
Sean Mission Impossible Jones, or are you going with Brandon Bigfoot, producer?
Oh, shit. Brandon, the producer's in there with Sean Jones?
No, he's in there with Smoke 'em Out Jay, but Brandon's
Okay.
also Brandon. I mean, the heavyweight division has changed. A heavyweight champion still needs to be crowned, but you got James Payne Lethal that is seriously working. Like, he's really, really working. So when he joins next season, which he already paid, he would have had one fight and countless hours of heavyweight sparring. So he's going to be an athletic athlete in the Border Wars heavyweights. Then you got, obviously, the winner of Smoke 'em Out Jay and Mission Impossible is going to be a player. Brandon, working hard, bench pressing 130-pound dumbbells. So he's going to be a player.
Well, right now, Sean Jones is the man to beat. I mean, he works so hard.
Yep.
I mean, he's got the Border Wars experience. Every time I see this guy, and not just in the Border Wars, in his personal, professional life, I just see the guy always working. I like a guy that's always working. He's going to be the guy to hold that belt, and do something with it, you know, defend it against a lot of other tough competitors. But shout out to Sean Jones, Mission Impossible. That's my guy.
Yes, sir, man. He is definitely working. And that's what I'm saying to these other Border Wars fighters. You see, you are saying that because you're seeing that he's posting. You're seeing that he's posting, and that makes you speak about it. You spoke about it on the show. We got almost 400 live listeners, and he gets that free promotion just simply because he's active. The rest of these fighters needs to stop hiding. You know, they're trying to use that as their game plan. Like, oh, I don't want my opponent to see me. It's like, bro, that don't matter because being in the ring is totally different. That being said, Jaime Nieto with a super chat says, that wasn't directed about you, Ness. Just in general. No, I get you, champ. I'm just generally answering the question for you, though. You know, who is next? We're going to open up the phone lines as well. If you guys want to voice your opinion on this, you want to give us your thoughts on the Canelo team. Oscar Valdez. Yes, Oscar Valdez is tested positive. He tested positive. And, yeah, I mean, look, a lot of accusations being thrown around, but we're using the opinions of very important people in the sport. You know, we got
Qualified as well.
Victor Conti, you know, we're choosing to use Victor Conti's opinion on the matter, just like ESPN.com and just like Michael Coppinger chose to. Again, they reached out to him to ask his thoughts on this because he is an expert. And that's the thing. If there was a better expert in this field, in boxing, Cop would have got his quotes. But he went to Conti because Conti is obviously the most educated in the matter. But the number to call in, 142-556-950-241 if you want to call in and voice your opinion. You can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. If you're on Blog Talk, press the number one time so that we know you want to jump on the line. We got a super chat here from Ken Stone, and he says, strip him and suspend him a year and move on. If he pops again, it's big baby sentence. Y'all watching the purse bid tomorrow? Live on WBO Facebook tomorrow? Yeah, I think so. You know, why not? Why not? It won't. I mean, it's going to be the first of its kind. So I am interested in, you know, watching that particular purse bid. Jaime Nieto with another super chat says, Memo Heredia was known for having athletes busted, and I don't remember anyone saying anything about Marquez when he KO'd Pac, looking bigger than ever. Yeah, I doubt that, bro. Marquez had the pimply back. There was no way, no one, never. Like, everyone always talked about Marquez, bro. Marquez did anything he could. Look, there wasn't Vada back then, man, you know, and it wasn't as prominent as it is now, you know. It is what it is. Moving on, we got Mr. PBC in Seattle says, the three amigos, you can't blame for popping because they blaming the people that make they food and drinks. They about the store. The food and drinks they bought at the store Roy Nosos. Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's but that's how it is, right? It's the blame game. It's like, oh, I didn't pop this pop. I'm being asked what question here. Yo, you know, these co-hosts, they want to be part of the show in the text. Come on, jump on the panel and ask your question. You killing me here, man. You killing me here, man. What is your question that you need asked? Where is that? Boom. He says, where? Ness, do you think boxing has been too lenient and they should be more strict with the punishment? I mean, I guess. I mean, absolutely. Everybody's going to say yes. You know what I mean? That's why there's a life sentence in certain states. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to scare people into not committing a crime because of the punishment. So I can see, you know, people wanting a tougher punishment. So we'll poll that question. See what you guys think. Has boxing been too strict? I mean, too lenient, you know? Should they be a little stricter and enforce a more respectable punishment, one that will get the attention not only of the person in question, but of the future culprits, right? Because if the punishment is great, you will probably see someone else go through that situation and know that you don't want to go through it, let me tell you. I mean, I know that there's people looking at Big Baby like, fuck, he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He been out for a minute, even though he about to be back in a bit. I don't know if he's going to be back. We don't know if someone's really going to take a chance on him. I do hear, I mean, he might still be in contract with Salita. So at the end of the day, Salita could get him fights. He could make him fight his own Oda Vivalines and Jermaine Franklins and things like that. And I hear there's a new network deal for Salita in the works. So I don't know. Maybe Big Baby will be back in action. Maybe he won't. But I know people are looking at him like, damn, he fucked up. Not only did he fuck up his biggest payday, but he ain't been able to make money. And he's not one of those dudes like AJ that's getting endorsements and using his Instagram to make money like Floyd. Floyd will post shit. You see Floyd post random shit, getting $1 million for them damn posts. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Jaime Nieto with another one. Damn, champ, it's time to blow the bomb because we missed the alarm. But matter of fact, we're going to give you both of them. You know what I mean? And Jaime says, shout out to King Amin. Good having you on the show more frequently. Thanks for making the show great. Ness, TBV for life. Shout out to you, champ. Appreciate you. Let's see what else we got. We got Joshua Davis that says, Canelo and Valdez both popped the same way. They popped in the clean testing program, where getting tested is less expected. Canelo wasn't expecting them in Mexico, and Valdez wasn't expecting them now. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of random drug testing. It's always better when it's random because it's harder for you to come up with a plan to be evasive or, add something that you're not supposed to during that time. Again, I hate that, I've been doing this so long and there still hasn't been what is it? What would it be called? BFL? Like Boxing Federation League? What do y'all call those other sports?
a commission, I guess. Yeah, commission.
So, but is NBA? I guess they all just their own acronyms, right?
Yeah. But see, the NBA, you know, they have the commissioner, the one guy of the entire, you know, all the owners, all the players association, the union, they report to the commissioner, and they kind of work collectively. But, you know, the commissioner runs the business of whatever the league is. Boxing is too spread out for that, because every guy with their own alphabet racket got to be the man, you know? So it makes it too crazy for them to, and then you say, well, you know, can you take Daryl Peoples, Mauricio Suleiman, Gilberto Mendez, and put them all in a room, and then who would they all want to answer to? Some people would say Al Heyman. Then Bob Arum would object, and Oscar De La Hoya would object, and Santon Likowitz would object. You know, it's like, who in boxing would everybody be agreeable to be accountable to? And that's the reason why we don't.
I think the way to fix this is every fighter. And the issue is always going to be money. The money is always the problem. And because there's no universal league and there's no salary caps and mandatory minimums and things like that, this idea is more difficult. But fighters should be required, you know, to lose a percentage of their purse to VADA, so that VADA can continue to do pop-up testing, random drug testing throughout the world. There's 1,500 registered middleweights. So there's a lot of fighters out there. You know what I mean? That's a lot of flights, a lot of countries to do a lot of drug testing, a lot of lab work, you know, a lot of next day shipping. There's a lot that comes into this idea. But if a certain percentage, whether it's 1 or 2% of everyone's purse, no matter the level, went into a pot, that testing agency could become an international one. They can fly their agents out. There will be the manpower to test everyone. And it doesn't have to be every single person. Obviously, some of these people, you know, anybody can go get it. You can go get a license tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm talking about. But like WBC, top 15, yeah, top 15, you're very close to a shot. You're very close to being on television. You're very close to embarrassing us and making a mockery of the sport by testing positive. So yes, top 15 universally, you know, should be getting tested randomly. And, you know, since the promoters obviously aren't going to give the money, I'm suggesting the fighters get deducted. And I know a lot of people are going to come out and want to be Robin Hood and say that they're already not making money. But guess what? Is the promoter the one that's going to die in the ring, or are you going to die in the ring? So maybe you should be worried about what your opponent is taking more than your promoter, because if your promoter got to pay for it, guess what? He don't give a fuck. And you're going to be fighting someone with steroids.
Well, and I'll tell you who else has a vested interest: the sanctioning bodies. The sanctioning bodies are getting 10%, 25%. I don't know how much they're getting, but they could give up 1 or 2, and the fighter, like a match, how to do it like a 401k. Whatever the cost of the percentage is for the testing, the fighter give up percentage, the sanctioning body and the promoter step back, right? Because the promoter's, you know, doing whatever else. But those are the two guys with the most vested interest. The sanctioning body want their belt waived, and they want to cut for doing nothing. And the fighter should want to protect his own health and his own vested interest.
Super chat from Seattle, Washington. Mr. PBC says, call Jake. They got boatloads of meat with drugs in it and hot tea with drugs. What he said? With drugs in it. And no, hot tea with drugs liquefied in it. Open the file for Roy Noso. Number, call Al and get Andy out. Police emoji. Whoa. All right. This is how it is. This is America, though. You're guilty till proven innocent. And that's just
you know
the way
what?
it is.
Let me go another way, because like I said, I insist on being objective. Shout out to Jaime Nieto, right? Suppose this, you know, type of situation maybe allows or maybe encourages these testing companies to say, hey, maybe we're going a little bit too stringent. maybe because we're finding these supplements in common. If this is the case, if we find these supplements in commonly consumed foods or whatever it is, and it doesn't seem like it's nefarious, do we need to loosen up the restrictions on what's on these lists?
No, that's never the answer. Is we're too strict. This is a dangerous sport. Again, they just need universal testing. They need universal testing, and they can. I think you just said this. Did you say? Because I heard you say 401k, but I don't know. I didn't know like. Are you saying that what the fighter pays, the sanctioning bodies, and the promoter matches? Did you say that?
Yeah. So if whatever the testing would cost, boom, say it's whatever, everybody kicking a percentage. You kicking a percentage, the fighter kick in. If it's 3%, everybody kick in 1%. Everybody matches.
Yeah, that makes sense too. That makes sense too, because the promoter should also be held responsible simply because it's your show. Like, look at Top Rank right now. Now what do they do in Tucson? How the hell do they keep this card on in Phoenix, Arizona without Oscar Valdez? The only people that sell in Arizona are Chavez Jr., Oscar Valdez, and David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez. No one else is fought and sold out Phoenix, Arizona. So, if you're Top Rank, what do you do?
They might have to dust off Brandon Rios, right?
No, you can't. But Rios has been inactive. That's what I'm saying. It's too late. Wasn't this fight this Saturday?
Oh, shit.
It's too late. They're either going to call this fight off or they're going to fake the funk. Like, nah, he wasn't positive. We checked the B sample, and the B sample's clean. The fight's on. I'm telling you. It's 3 days out, bro. It's 3 days out. Who's on the card? Let me even check this undercard. Is there anyone that could be elevated? Who can be elevated to save the day on the undercard? Let's find out. We got schedule, and then we got Tucson. So it's Toast. What is this? We got Flores Jr., but he's from fucking. Isn't he from like the Valley or the Bay? He's like from the Bay
He's from
area.
California.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he could be upgraded, but who the hell he's fighting? Luis Alberto. I never heard of this dude. Who's this dude?
Yeah, G-Force is from Stockton, California, which is a bit of a ways from Arizona.
That's right. Shout out to his dad. We was in. His dad is okay. This guy's got 2 losses and he's on a win streak. He lost to Ruben Villa. He beat Andy Vinces by split decision. Okay. All right. So this dude is Mexican, 5'4". How tall is Triple G? Lil G. Gabriel Flores, 5'9". Wow, you're huge. He knocked out Velez in his last fight. And this will be his second fight this year. It'll be 7 months apart. All right. I guess they can try. It's time. He was their youngest. No, there's a storyline, right? He was their youngest ever signed fighter. They signed him at 16. They've been grooming him. Gabriel Flores is now 20-0, coming off the biggest win of his career, which is Jason Velez, where he got a good stoppage. This could be their opportunity to push him in that direction, because it's like, we have no choice. He's the closest thing that we can try to see. Can he save the day? Devin Haney was forced to do that when Alexander Usyk pulled out of the Tyrone Sponge fight. You know what I mean? Haney had to be forced to sell that out and become the A side. He was on the undercard. No difference for Gabriel Flores Jr. here. They can choose to highlight him and say, oh, this young man has been fighting since he's 16. He's got 5 years pro. Top Rank thinks he's ready to be one of their youngest world champions. Just keep selling that young. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he's on TV.
And coming off of the stoppage. He's young.
Yeah, he's getting his man strength.
You know what else, man? I think he headlined a joint in the bubble. I know they was, I know they was stepping on a lot of the work during the bubble days, but I think he did headline a fight in the bubble. So yeah, this is a good step up. This is an opportunity, like you said. He could follow Devin Haney's blueprint in that regard. The best ability is availability, they say, right?
Yeah. Listen, blessings come in disguises, man. When you least expect it. Joshua Davis says it's funny when fighters get caught, they're so shocked, but then they tell you exactly where they got it from. I can't believe it. And then they're like, I got it from the grocery store, aisle 10. That's so true, bruh. That's so, like, what? I pop? Hell no. Oh, this what you pop for? Oh, yeah. I was drinking. That's hilarious, bro. Listen, man. I mean, at least top 10. Those dudes, their doors should be getting knocked on. On, like, yo, what's up? It's me, Mickey.
Who?
Mickey. We need that test, player. Come on out. But listen, man, we're going to open up the phone lines. If I haven't gotten to your super chatty, I will in a minute. Brotherhood says, how are you wanting us to pronounce this? Petey? Is it Petey or Petty? I don't think it would be Petty because it sounds different, but I don't know. We'll try P. Diddy? Maybe he's trying to go for P.E. Diddy? Or I don't know. But he said Roy Noso should be in prison. Damn. The fight ain't even happened. Yo, dudes will criminalize you in a heartbeat, man. Chavo Guapo says, this is right up my alley of education and work. You don't just take one PD at a time. If you intentionally taking one, there's others. That's the law. That is true. It's called stacking. You know what I mean, right? Ain't that called stacking? You got to take one to be with another one, or you got to take. If you take this one, it has this adverse effect, so you need to take this one to balance it back out. It's like some weird
trigger, like the domino effect.
Some weird fucking Tetris game you're playing with your body. These dudes are crazy. But
shout out to the TBV community. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of people we got in the community, right?
Yeah. I mean, you should call in, Chavo Guapo, and give us a whole breakdown. We would love it. Unlimited time. We're going to Seattle. Go ahead and drop this bomb for you. I mean, it's your third super chat. And he says, oh, man. Cartello and Roy Noso pushing new weight. Hashtag hot tea. Cartello. He called my man Cartello. Yo, did I spell it wrong? How did you want that pronounced? It gotta be Cart Eleno? No, there's no N. Gotta be Cartello and Roy Noso. Yo, you dudes are just too good at this, man. That was a great one right there. Damn. Hilarious, bro. Oh, we got it. What is super chatting from Alex Lion Ass? Ness about 13 deaths a year in the sport of boxing and problems with bad judging and use of PDs. What entity holds the most responsibility for it? The promoters, the networks. The networks are the true criminals because they are the one that are televising the sport. You know? What's that old phrase? The revolution will not be televised. Well, they are putting these criminals on television to show you. You know, it is totally up to the networks because when I think of Mike Perez, Magdomat, I think of HBO. That's where I seen it. That's who called the action. I remember Lampley. You know, I don't remember the fight any other way. And yes, one will say, yeah, but you remember the fight before you remember the network. And I don't know that that's true. It's one and the same to me, you know, because it's where I watched it. And then I look at it like, oh yeah, they did what? Like GoFundMe for him or some shit. I know HBO did do something, but in retrospect, that man lost his life. You know, was it enough? When I think of Richard
Cologne.
Pritchard Cologne. That's why, because I'm calling him Richard, but I'm saying Pritchard Cologne. I think of PBC. I think of that fucking dude from out here in Florida. That Delorme just beat. That's his last win Delorme had. But that dude, you know, and I think of me. Cause I didn't believe Pritchard. I called that fight live. You know, sometimes I feel like I probably should delete that video. I'm like, damn, man, this nigga keep complaining. Man, why he keep complaining? And all of a sudden, he's never back. I feel like the asshole now. So it's the network's fault. They need to be checking these motherfuckers, because when these dudes get seriously hurt, it's on your television. Like, why wouldn't you be responsible? Wasn't P. Diddy responsible for the fucking stampede in the college? Like, why wouldn't you be responsible?
Absolutely.
How the fuck are you not responsible? Oh, because you a network with the $1 billion lawyer, you getting them to sign some whack-ass fucking contract that states you are free of anything. And it's not true. It shouldn't be. It should be the networks. We're calling for a commission. It should be the networks. They should have a fucking standard, let me tell you. They should have a standard. I remember one time, was it HBO? Fucking a message came through and ruined my train of thought. But they should have a standard. This is just the bottom line. Oh, okay. So I remember that one time HBO took a stance and they stopped just working with promoters. They started buying fights. You know, they hired Thomas Hauser to be an advisor and help with fights. And that's what we need to be on that level. Like, look, you want to be on my network? This is what I need. You know, show me, like, yo, look at where we are, right? Like you already know boxing is the wild, wild west. I mean, I'm thriving in it. Boxing is the wild, wild west, and this is what I'm going to tell you. You go buy a car right now, I mean, you going to ask for a Carfax. It don't matter, and you better. And if you and everybody listening don't, let me educate you, okay? If you get a fender bend, it don't matter if that old lady backed into your bumper and just scratched it, and you call the insurance, that car depreciated thousands of dollars. It won't matter, because when you and I go try to buy that car at the lot or from that lady and it says it had accident to the front, that's all you know. You don't know that it was a fender bender in the fucking mall and she just backed up into you and you just had to get a little paint job done over. No, it's accident to the front and the depreciation goes down. So, you know, these networks need to get it together. They need to ask for a Carfax on a fighter. Give me your last fucking year drug testing. And you should, the same way when you go for a job, don't they pull your resume? Don't they do a background check? Don't they want a fucking drug test? Boxing is a piece of shit. That's what it is. The networks are worse. This is your television. You broadcasting it to the world, and you ain't even asking the boxer for her piss test. You not even asking the boxer for his resume. You not asking the boxer for some fucking, give me some references, man. Who believes you? Who knows you ain't a drug cheat? Because you about to shame me. Now think about it. ESPN has been spending marketing dollars promoting Oscar Valdez. Now what do they do? I don't understand why they just keep taking losses like this. That's not how I do business. I promise you. Now we not on ESPN because you fucked up. So guess what? I want my money back. I'm not letting no fight off the hook. None. That's why when you fight for Border Wars, niggas, no fucking refund. You get your shit together. You scared to fight? Bye. That's my money. I did that already. I already fucking promoted your ass. I found you your fight. These promoters acting stupid and so are the networks. I'm just going to be real. I mean, how long we going to do this? How long has boxing been around and these dudes popping for the same shit? I started this conversation saying it's always a diuretic. You always trying to cut weight. So like, why we not smartening up? And again, the networks need to smarten up, because no other job just hires a criminal without knowing they're a criminal. Oh, all right. Oh, so you went to jail? Tell me what happened. Ah, man, you know, I was young, dumb, you know. Oh, all right. So it's your second chance. Come on, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Thank you. and you hired that criminal, but at least you fucking know. At least you know what you got. You hiring this beautiful face, and really he got the mask on. I'm just saying, they need to do the vetting. It is the network that needs to do the vetting because they look bad. They are the ones promoting Oscar Valdez and whoever the fuck you fighting.
And Baby's the only one as of late to really pay the penalty.
I don't even know who he fighting. Who is he fighting for real? Is he fighting Robinson Castellano, like the old Castellano?
Who, Valdez?
Yeah, let me double check this shit. Valdez is fighting Robinson Concillo. Let me see who the hell is this. This can't be. This got to be somebody else. Oh, okay. This is not who I'm thinking. This guy's Brazilian and undefeated. Never heard of him like that. I think I seen him on one top rank undercard. He's powerless, 8 KOs. It's crazy. Yo, Valdez is they love Valdez.
Yeah.
Bro, they be giving him, bro, they give him, that's why I don't understand how Shakur's still over there. They give him everything, man. They give him everything, and nobody he fight got power. Burchelt was the first dude with power. I'm going to tell you, look, Burchelt's KO, he is 85%. Now watch this. Velez, 55. Lopez, man, he put hands on Blue Nose, and Blue Nose put him down. But look, Lopez got 6 knockouts, 33%. This dude, I'm telling you, he barely in there with someone with a knockout ratio. Look, Sanchez, and that's this. I'm going straight down the line, 44%. They never believe in this dude, man. They just threw him to Burchelt that one time. Look, whoever this other dude is, Carmine, look, 23%. I don't know how the boxing world never figured this shit out. Like, this dude, nobody he fight. Look, Cervinia, nobody he fight got a knockout ratio. Look, Cervinia, 42%. I'm going down every name. I'm about to start screen sharing just in case people think I'm lying. Look, Mariaga. You know he ain't knocking nobody out. Mariaga, look. Oh, shit, he's 76%. Get the fuck out of here, man. Where do me when you need him for the soundbite? Who the last person Mariaga knocked out? He been losing since HBO. He been losing since Nicholas Walters' days, remember? Like, who he beat?
Yeah, Mariaga been on the downslide.
He never beat. When he was on the upside, when he got on HBO and kept losing, when they brought him in as a fucking B-side and he never won? Come on, man. Look, Josiagua, I bet you another dude with no power, 46%. I bet you can't get me another fighter that I could go, and this is a multiple division champion. I bet you we can't find another fighter that got that low of a percentage, that's consistently fighting that low of a percentage. I'm telling you, when I made that shirt Top Rank Diet, that shit is real. These dudes are experts. You don't hear the way people talk about Bruce Trampler, especially managers, like, oh man, Bruce and Numan and Brad, man, they're the best. They're the best. Of course they're the best. Why wouldn't Frank Espinoza, who manages Valdez, say that they the best? Look, we gonna go to the next dude. Down the record. Look at this dude. Rudea, what is his knockout? 86%, and we all seen that fight, how that looked for him. My man, 86%, because he for Argentine. You know how that go. But that was a fake 86. We all seen that. And again, Bruce Trampler and Brad Gilman, they the best. Listen, let me stop bashing before we never get an interview. But you see it. It's black and white. BoxRec is real, man. BoxRec is real. They need to stop playing with this dude. That's why he never fought Shakur, man. I'm just mad at that. I'm going to just be real. You know, everybody need to keep the same energy. They be so willing to back Jamal Charlo. Oh, Jamal ain't get his shot. Jamal ain't get his shot, man. Canelo a duck. Canelo a duck. Motherfucker, what the hell did Valdez do? He had a mandatory. He was like, I'm out. I'm out. And hey, now you popping for a diuretic. I see you couldn't make the weight. I see. But look, it is what it is. Hopefully they give us that fight one day because they all young, right? Let me see. Valdez is, how old are you, champ? Oh, shit. That kid look young. He 30 already. That's like, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you 30. Earl is what, 31 or 30 as well? He's a 2-division champ at least. You know, Earl unified, you know. It's not bad.
Well,
not bad.
Does this make Bob the way he cooked? He gonna serve up Valdez now to either, the winner or the loser of Herring Stevenson, if it makes sense for.
I mean,
for
that should have always been the plan. You know, obviously, I don't even like the way that we got to that particular plan. Everybody knows I would have shared the fan bases, to make 4 fighters more popular versus 2 fighters more popular. I would have done Burchell, Shakur, Valdez, Herring, and then the winners meet instead of doing Oscar Valdez, Burchell. And we have facts now. That fight happened. It did what? 800,000, I think, is what I seen. So it wasn't like, oh, nah, man, we had to put the Mexican La Raza. We had to put them together because they do They didn't do numbers. They didn't do numbers. On ESPN, 800, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? So maybe if they would have chose Floyd Mayweather's green print, black versus Latino, split that up, they'd have did numbers, maybe. But he's 30. Shakur got to be younger than that. Let me just go to the rankings. Shakur gotta be younger, right?
Shakur probably like 22.
Shakur Stevenson, 24 already. 24. And he is about to be a 2-division if he beats Jamel Herring. He would be a 2-division champ. If you gotta go to work, champ, become a ringer and skip that line. Or, Cash App, bro. Me and my mans, we casually talking about the sport, man. We gotta smoke a J to this one, man. I wish they let us play music. I love that. Remember that song with Pharrell? Excuse me.
Yeah.
What's your name? I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Remember that? I'm fucking it up.
So hot to try.
I'm fucking it up, but like Jay start off like, I need to be lighting the J to this one. And it's like, yeah, man, we just chilling right now. You in a rush, man? Go that way, man. Yo, for real. But if you in a rush, you got that Cash App, man. Got that cash. Speaking of, I think I got one. I got to talk about. Who is it? Malcolm, my man Supreme says, book Valdez was reading about facing adversity. Yeah, the book he was reading about and the adversity he's facing is going to be the public, right? The public perception. People are going to perceive you a certain way now that this took place. They're going to criminalize you. It is what it is. So he's I think that was a direct shot at all of us that are giving our opinion on the matter. He's letting you know. I'm mentally preparing for what I throwing at it. These fighters deal with a lot on social media. Come on, man. All of us got something to say at the end of the day. I at least don't go to their page and bombard them with comments and threats, but that's what they receive on a day-to-day basis. So I'm sure it's tough. I'm sure he needs to find a book to help him deal and cope with that shit. Can't be easy at all. But let's see here. Who is on the line? You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Who is that? Let me double check this. I do not know your number, my friend. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and play this as well, right?
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
All right. looks like we got South Florida. Ricky, how don't I know this by heart, Rick? What's going on, man?
You don't know me by heart, man.
I know, man. I'ma try, man. I'ma try. What up, though?
Yeah, man. You know, this situation got me kind of hot just because I felt like if this was a black fighter equivalent to Oscar Valdez and Clout, maybe a Dazn or even a Shakur, had they popped after knocking out a previous opponent to unify, people would be all over them. But I come on and I see people coming up with excuses trying to justify and explain what might be, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm like, black fighters wouldn't get that. If EJ popped for this type of shit, they'll be all over them. And Wilder pop, they'll be all over them. We just got to be even-handed with the shit. And then I hear the pictures ain't enough. The Wilder pictures was enough for me. For me, where there's smoke, there's fire. So the whole camp was a suspect. Even Ruiz, all that weight loss. I love Ruiz. But you guilty by association. Birds of a feather flock together. That's just how I feel. So at the end of the day, the man should be stripped of his title. He won a fight that most people had him as an underdog with a spectacular knockout late in the round. You masking shit. Come on, man. You lasting all these rounds. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Sprint with the title until after the investigation. But I know we got to wait on the B sample. But if that shit come back dirty, man, a strip and a fine. And a suspension. Period. If this was a black fighter coming out for unification, what would we be saying? To a Devin Haney, to a Shakur Stevenson, to a Tank Davis. Well, imagine if Tank popped after the Barrios fight. What would we say? Come on, I got to be fair.
That is
I
true.
don't want to hear no excuses. And he ducking Shakur. He ducking Shakur. Done ducked Shakur for 2 weight classes now. Why? Because he ducking shit. That's my call, man.
Yo, that is true. If Wilder popped, every knockout he had would be in question. The way that Margarito got caught, all his wins are in question. You know, why isn't Burchell's loss to Valdez being brought up here by our, callers or our chatters in the community? Why isn't anyone saying, damn, was he on something when he fought Burchell?
Because that's an interesting point. That knockout late in the rounds, I was
One
like, whoa,
punch.
Yeah.
Super chat
call.
from Rio. Rio says, I think guys are being weight bullies. Suck down and blow back up on fight night. Absolutely. That's the name of the game, man. The best to ever do it was Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. In all my years of watching boxing, I watched him regain 22 pounds. The saddest thing is that we don't know who else is as good as him because HBO used to give us that fight night weight. Jim Lampley had a thing about it, and he would put it on the telecast, and that's how we started to get that information. But, all telecasts don't do that. Not everyone wants to educate you. They want to persuade you. So, giving you that information is telling you the truth of how big a guy really is. Not every network or network executive or the strategist at marketing is going to think that's good information to give their viewers. They're going to be like, why do they need to know their weight bullying? No. We don't need that out there. No, let them be in awe of how big he is, but not know how big he is. So it's all comes down to television, guys. That's why there's so many titles, because TV pays you a certain amount as a promoter for a title fight. Because now you're putting something allegedly more prestigious on television, which allegedly will bring out more people because there's a title on the line. But in fact, these dudes have 7 million titles that, depreciate the titles.
Everybody's got a strap.
Everybody's got a strap. Let's see what the WBA really does.
Real quick, you made that point of, only a boxing fan would ask for the strippage. Well, you hear the fans coming out and they want that belt lifted. At least, you know what I'm saying? If he's gonna fight this weekend, lift him of this belt. This fight is not for a belt until we figure this shit out. You know?
Yeah,
you ain't gotta give it to
it could be a non-title fight. It could be a non-title fight, or he could be placed in temporary suspension. But I don't think that they'll strip him as you're not guilty. Like, what world are we living in that we're so butthurt that he's not fighting our favorite fighter that we want him to not have at least a fair judicial system where, you know, he has his right to defend himself and present a case. Like, I still need that. You know, I'm a dude that's been through the system. I still need that. I still need to believe in the law and the fact that if there is a way out of something, my lawyer can find it. You understand? I don't want to just be, you know, for there to be a sentence, a judge sentence and executioner. No, I need the jury. I need to be able to have, you know, a fair trial, due process. I want to fight for my innocence. I do. I don't want to live in that world where they're just stripping me. No, that's not fair. I don't want that. I don't care how guilty he looks. I, as a human, want that due process for myself, so I can't have that taken away from him. Let him go to court, which we know he ain't, but let him go and try to clear his innocence. Look at what they chose to do. They blaming it on herbal tea. You know, the guilty will look guilty. You understand? But that doesn't mean that we're gonna eliminate the process for everyone. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Damn, we got Mr. PBC that says, so did Cartello leave Oscar de la Chiba because he was cutting the work? So Reynoso said, let's link with this new plug, Eddie Hearn, hashtag hot tea. My man be coming up with the best little theories and shit. David says Valdez should just come out and say he took because he can't make 130 anymore. Be honest about it, then go to 135 or 140. He's not the first or the last, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people pop for the same reason. Everyone trying to make weight. You know, maybe that WBC like weight check thing it needs to be stretched out further. You know, you got to check in with the WBC, give your weight so they know that you're a real lightweight, that you're a real junior middleweight. You know, because like if I check in with you and you 180, well, homie, you don't belong at 140. You understand? Because Bradley was 180 fighting at 140. Timothy Bradley, for those that just started watching boxing. No, I feel like I got to say that these days. I feel like Bradley's fading out. Like, people forgetting Bradley in that sense, you know. The last thing they remember is, you know, him not fighting Earl. So, poor guy never got that shot at Mayweather. That was crazy. I'm shocked Mayweather never. Well, there was a rematch clause on that when he beat Pacquiao on technicality. Because I'm shocked Mayweather never offered him that fight after he beat Pacquiao.
But remember, the thing with Bradley was like, you got to take. He was like little Holyfield. You was going to take a lot of headbutts and a lot of rough fighting.
You know, that stigma of Bradley died out after 140. Truth be told, though. Who was it that he hit with headbutt? I think Juan Carlos Abregu. He hit a few people, but Devin Alexander was probably the most notable one. But I think after that it stopped, man. There wasn't any headbutts in that Ruslan fight. There wasn't any headbutts in that Jesse Vargas fight. I don't remember headbutts. Maybe I'm wrong, because that should have been a headbutt. Southpaw versus Orthodox, you know, in the Pacquiao fight. But I don't know. Maybe the first fight. But yeah.
No. Not that there was any headbutts. I think why Mayweather, you know, probably looked at it and said, nah, I'm not even interested in nothing that looked like that.
Bradley never had power. He never showed power. He did show stamina, but he was so wide. Like, yo, Mayweather would have tore him up. I don't know why he never fought him. That shit was crazy to me. He could have easily, I mean, obviously he would have had to do a co-promotion, and that's the biggest reason. Like, I'm just not giving Bob any food. But that was a dude that he should have put on his resume. You know, that was another welterweight. I mean, Bradley beat Devin Alexander, took his O. He beat Kendall Holt, took his O. He beat Lamont Peterson, took his O. Right? He beat Juan Carlos Abreu, took his O. He beat Pacquiao. He beat Marquez. He beat Ruslan. He
just said Vargas.
He beat. Dude beat some people, man. Like, how the fuck don't you fight him? Like, it's you know, boxing is so whack, man. Fucking sport sucks, bro. Like, cause that's what it is right now, right? So you got Crawford, Earl, Pacquiao. Oh damn, Ugas now. Ooh, that sounds weird. And back then you had Floyd, Pacquiao, Bradley. Like, Bradley was that other dude. He was the other dude, and he spanked Marquez. Like, he showed I'm on y'all level. You have 4 fights with Marquez, Pacquiao. And Floyd, you broke the rules for Marquez to beat him. You ballooned up in weight and paid the penalty. I fought him at his weight, and it wasn't tough. He outclassed Marquez somehow. That shit was crazy. He almost dropped Marquez too.
He handled him. He definitely handled Marquez in that fight.
And Floyd never said, you know what? Y'all said I ain't never fight a slick black fighter. Cause he could. Yo, Bradley had 0 pop. No pop. No pop. We got a super chat from Hex, who says Roy Jones got caught with steroids and was swept under the rug. The callers tripping. That's what I'm saying. This sport, you know, it's the network. They need to care. They need to care. The networks need to care because they are the ones televising it. They are the ones showing it to them. That's their audience. We are their audience. We are their paying audience. You know what I mean? They tripping. They need to care what they're giving us. Putting money on Granados versus Ben. You crazy? Ben coming into his own, man. I'm just watching the ride, bro. Ben looking like more every time out. He looking more and more of a monster. You know what I'm saying? See them latest pictures too? My man looking mean with all the tattoos and the baby oil and shit. Shaved his head. He all mean, fucking doing the muscle flex. I'm like, damn. Okay, Ben, he out here trying to intimidate Granados. Like, bro, I'm totally over this COVID. Let me see if we got
I can't wait for Ben to come stateside eventually, man. I think he's going to, you know, that fight against Granados is going to make him, you know, attractive. And if the money's right, they're going to have a situation for him, man.
I don't know that he's going to come over here, man, because, you know, he's with Matchroom and they don't got no USA no more. You know, now they got competition in the UK. It's looking like they got competition. Is, you know, today was a big announcement with Boxer and Sky Sports announced, like, holy shit, so many signings. This is bullshit too. Because now, how do we watch that? Now Chris Eubank is fighting on some weird network. Not weird because it's Sky, but you know what I'm saying. It's just crazy, man. Boxing is so fragmented. It's just sad. Sad. But yo, my man looked like he got football pants on right here. I know it's gonna take a minute for you. But you know, for those watching, right? Why? Okay, there it goes. For those watching, anybody that is American, which, you know, we have about 65% American audience, you would be lying to yourself and to us if you tell me that these quads don't look like he has on football pads right now on his thighs. This dude is in magnificent shape. To be coming off of COVID, he out here looking like he's ready for war. You know, if muscles win fights, he's ready. He's ready. And I love his attitude. That's the thing, man. You need that attitude of a killer, a destroyer. And that's his name, right? Conor the Destroyer?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Come on, man. He taking it back to my man. Who was that? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Conan the Destroyer.
Man. He's stealing that from Conan. I love it.
And you know what I like about Conor? Conor is looking at it like, okay, yeah, y'all said I'm the rich boy that took up boxing. No, I'm a professional fighter. This is my job. I got the gym bag. I'm a destroyer. I'm an assassin. Like, he really does some, like, you know what I mean? Feeling like, you know, this is serious for him.
And I love his build-up, man. I love his build-up. Like, he's never Crawford. He's never Broner. He's always Wilder. He's always like, but he speaks better, right? And English and Spanish. My man will, he always telling you that he's about to whoop your ass. Actually, he's more Dillian White than Wilder. He's more Dillian, because Dillian be on that tough guy shit too. But this guy, he's not over the top though. Like he's like calm danger. Like, I'm gonna kick your ass. You know that, right? Like, he be all in your face. I like Conor, not because of his father either. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. I'm a fan of him, not because he's the son of, what's his father's name? Conor Ben? No,
Nigel Ben.
Nigel Ben. You know, so I'm a fan of what he's doing. You know, he's going through his opposition pretty well. Is this fight this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good, because, you know, now that Valdez is gone, or maybe gone, we need something. We need something. But yeah, he's a Matchroom guy, and he's their next guy, like legit, you know, next guy. Like, he's from the UK. He's got the pedigree. He's got the fighting style. So, you know, I'm not. They're not gonna be in any rush to take him to America where, you know, they're not going to make that money. If they haven't brought AJ back, they're not going to be rushing to bring Conor over here. I'm just being honest. He's going to be making that Wembley money, man. He going over to the O2. You know, they can't wait for sport to open up over there so they could fill him out, man. He's a son of a legend. Why wouldn't they? Why would they come over here? I don't know why.
Nah, I mean, even if he doesn't come over, he probably wouldn't come over here for something top notch, but I think they're going to start flying guys out. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wants to come, you know, like you said, they want to come over there and get in there. You know, it's a couple guys, you know, I would hope for, and Jeff Gorley, shout out to Jeff Gorley. He going to love this one. Yo, Castillo, go from Canada to the UK and make that happen.
So there's supposed to be an announcement coming regarding the Sky Sports new signings, and how Americans will get to watch it. And let me see if I can find this new boxer, right? This is it. Yes. So
while you do that, I'm going to step away right quick.
Yeah, do you. Let me show these guys how many people these people have signed. This is insane. All these fighters now that I don't know how we're going to see as Americans, right? Not that we know all of these guys. I don't know who Scott Forrest is, and I didn't watch much of the Olympics. So if you guys know him and you're like, oh, Ness, man, what the fuck, man? You should know. You should know. I don't. But he says he's an 8-time Scottish champ. He got signed to this new thing called Boxer with Sky Sports. Boxing, because remember that Matchroom no longer is with Sky Sports. They're now with the UK Dazn. So Sky Sports still wants to be in the boxing business, and they're signing people out the wazoo. Scott Forrest is one. Next one is Nick Campbell. 2 fights, 2 wins. He's a heavyweight, and he has also been signed, right? And next is this person, another heavyweight. 3 fights, 3 wins. Steve Robinson. And big knockouts guaranteed from the 6'7" Gordy. Not to mention being a Dolph Lundgren doppelganger. There you go. So they're trying to sell you him as the next Ivan Drago. I must break you. So he's in action October 16th. Sponsored by Hydrate, Ticketmaster, Boxer.com. This is a new thing. Boxer has signed all of Wasserman Sports. Wasserman Sports acquired all of Sutherland Sports, or Southerland Sports, however it's pronounced out there. So a lot's been cooking in the UK for some time, and now this is the official announcement. Everyone thought Sky would be hurting after, the departure of Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, but they had a backup plan. And this is a middleweight professional debut, Georgia O'Connor. Again, I just think this is sad because now this is a new network invested in the sport that isn't going to want to see this middleweight go fight Franchon Cruz on Dazn now. You understand? So this, to me, this just fragments the sport. Shout out to these fighters because they get to be on television and live out their dream, but it's just going to fuck up the sport. But here's another professional debut from Hassan Azim, and he's being trained by Shane McGuinness. And then you got Joe Pickford, 17 fights, 17 wins, super welterweight, which is junior middleweight, which means, we won't see him fighting any of the PBC Harrisons and things like that. Maybe he can get a Costa Zoo fight, but I doubt it. They even got David Avanesian over here, Richard Rappaport over here. This is crazy to me. Maybe, hopefully they have some sort of thing where they're going to still do business with Eddie. I don't know. But this, again, to me, this is fragmenting the sport. Brad Rhea signs. I thought I seen him on Matchroom. I guess he wasn't signed to Matchroom. They might have just used him. And this middleweight is now off the table for the DAZN network. April Hunter, welterweight, 4 fights, 4 wins. She signed, and she's off the table. Jermaine Brown, 9 fights, 9 wins, super middleweight. He can never fight Canelo or Callum Smith or Billy Joe because he's with Sky Sports Boxing. This is what we need to understand, This is just a completely different entity entering the sport. Ebony Jones making her professional debut at featherweight. She signed. Shout out to her. She'll be fighting October. Michael Law, he signed. These gloves look hideous. They played him. You shouldn't be having those gloves. You don't look like a fighter, but okay. Welcome, Michael Law, the lethal Law. Let's see. Lewis Ritzton, I guess he got dropped from Matchroom. And he's 23 fights, 2 wins. He's going to be fighting. He signs to fight on Sky. Is this the sister of Daniel Dubois, Carline Dubois? Or is she just the same last name? 2020 Olympian.
Nah, that's her.
Super bantamweight. She signs to Wasserman, whatever this thing is. This is Boxer and Sky Sports Boxing. Sorry, fellas. I got it now. Damn, I got to go back one more. All right, so what am I doing wrong here? What the fudge is going on? All right, I'm going to take the time to show you everybody because you're about to see something that's going to break your heart. Huey Fury signs to this new Sky Sports, and he's a heavyweight, 28 fights, 25 wins. Richard Rappaport signs, 11 fights, 11 wins. People were high on him. How'd he not sign a Matchroom? This is insane to me. But okay, it's going to get worse. Savannah Marshall. How does Matchroom let her go? She signs. And this is Matchroom UK only, rather, because this doesn't mean she's not with Matchroom that I know of. But her fights won't be televised by Matchroom and DAZN. But Clarissa Shields signs. So that means we will get that fight eventually. The two-weight undisputed champ, 11 fights, 11 wins, Clarissa Shields signs to fight live on Boxer, Sky Sports Boxing. So they are really showing they're invested in this sports because look at this next name. Of Essex, King. The other king, from one king to another, Josh Taylor signs. What does that mean? How the hell did that happen? Like, you know what I mean? He signs to this Sky Sports channel. Chris Eubank signs to this as well. And Christian Hammer is going to be fighting Huey Fury. Savannah Marshall will be fighting Muzezea, and Lewis Riston is back. So, that's going to be happening October 18th, the Northeast at Nuke. And these guys are they are rocking and rolling in the UK. For us, I don't know how we're watching it, but I'm being told we'll get an announcement as to how to watch it legally versus illegally. And hopefully that's what they do. But again, this is just more fragmentation, if that's even a word.
Hey, Ness, haven't we been getting those cards, like top rank cards with Sky Sports?
Nah, we used to have the top rank BT cards, and that stopped kinda. So maybe Top Rank is doing a new deal with them. I don't know. Hopefully, in a place to be. But yeah, man, they signed a bunch of fighters. They got a bunch of stuff going on, and they doing their thing. Right now, let me see. It looks like I got a Cash App. Oh, this is for Border Wars. I don't even know who Cody Heck is. Cody, who are ya? Who are ya? Yeah, man, let me go out to these callers. If you're on Blog Talk, you got to press the numero uno so I know that you want to speak. If not, we can see what is next over here on the comment section. Looking like Mad Bet 100 says Granados may be shot. Yeah, could be, bruvs. Could be. And he says ripe for the picking. Could be. He gave other guys good fights, but only tight fights, Not, some guys thought maybe he deserved the win versus Jesse, I think, or Broner. Maybe Broner. Maybe he felt he beat Broner. So Granados, man, he need that. He hasn't gotten an upset since he beat Amir Iman. He's the dude that beat Amir Iman. He took Amir Iman's undefeated record, if I'm not mistaken. We got Brian Clark that says Euro bums next generation. Damn, are you talking about the announcement of all the Sky Sports Boxing? They had a few talented fighters there, man. I don't know what y'all went. I don't know what y'all mean. But let's see. Anybody else here in the comment section? No, we got everybody. Again, if you're on Blog Talk and you don't press 1, I have to assume that you're not trying to talk boxeo, which means that we will be ending the show. I'm solo dolo. I means at work. You know what I'm saying? The boys are not in town. It's just me. So if this is me, it's got to be you and me. And if you ain't here, then I ain't going to be here. So you already know. We got to keep it going. Let me see where my poll at. While I wait to see, do we get any other comments in the super chats to keep the show going? Because right now we don't have any other callers. We got a bunch of people listening on Blog Talk. They're not ready to talkie on the walkie-walkie. So what are we're checking? We're checking. Brian Clark was the next, and I got to him, and I didn't miss anybody. And we were gonna check also the poll. And yes, 76% of the people think that the strict punishment should be more strict punishment. There we go. So we'll end that. And what else we got? If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to help the show grow. And it's going to put this show in the eyes of other boxing fans that want to talk boxing on a daily basis. Let me go to Keem in Florida. Are you available, champ? All right.
Wait a minute. You say you know boxing?
Yeah.
What is a
Maybe I don't know.
Tell me what a full counter is.
Full counter. I've never heard that term before. That must be your term. You must have been.
Fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit.
Yo. Can you hear me?
What up?
What up? Good morning.
What's this?
Sad news, man. I don't know what's going on over there at what they call that Camp Roy Noso and Cartello over there. I don't know what they got going on, man, but that shit's crazy, man. It's a shame because Valdez coming off a huge win, dominating performance over Burchell, and I've been saying this whole time, like, man, look, like Burchell ain't gonna never be the same. I seen some footage Top Rank put on Instagram of him hitting the bag, and he just looked bad, dog. Like, so now I got me looking at that whole fight differently. You know what I mean? Like, damn, was Valdez on something? And that's how he was able to do that to Burchell. And you look at Burchell, he's got lifelong injuries from that fight. There's no way around that. Like, my man's motor skills look off permanently. So that shit is just, it's a little deeper than just, flat tummy tea, he trying to, diuretics or whatever the hell. Like, that shit, man, he could have possibly, he really hurt somebody in this sport, man. He really did, So I don't know, man. That shit is pretty crazy, dog. It's sad. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it isn't true. Maybe it was a mistake, but I don't know. A lot of stuff is looking like that's how they rocking over there in that camp, man. So yeah, I don't know. Not too much more else on that. Border War show tonight.
You know it, 7 p.m., man. Drop a question or a topic suggestion.
Man, I got a question put in there. Me and Jordan got some work this weekend, man. So I'll call into the show and give y'all some, a little insight on that,
details, man. Send me some video, man. Let me get some video. Y'all know y'all recorded that shit, man.
I'll get with JB, man. We'll send you a couple of clips, man. We got to keep that under wraps, though. But we'll send you a little something, man. It was great work, but that's all I got, champ. I'll catch you on the show tonight, man.
Yo, I know. Ooh, we gonna have to talk about that for sure. That's crazy. I wonder how that went. But yes, we got our Border Wars show today at 7 p.m. Eastern right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice, where we will be discussing Border Wars Unfinished Business, September 18th, Watertown, Wisconsin. It's going down. Get in the ring and swing. We have a fantastic card, the biggest one ever. I implore you to come out. Tickets are on sale. We're going to have food and drinks. There's going to be, everything from live entertainment on Friday's weigh-in to, ring card girls and bottle service on fight night. So definitely check us out today at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we will be discussing this very, very huge card that we have. It really is the biggest card yet. We have 15 scheduled fights already that are official, and we have a few add-ons that are coming. Like you just heard me say, someone just signed up. Someone just sent their money. They're ready to rock and roll. Esteban already sent his money, and he's just looking for an opponent. There's still, this is going to be literally our biggest card ever. So just check us out on right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice at 7 p.m. Eastern. Find out what it's all about. And yeah, man, join in the conversation. I mean, I see that you're back. I don't know if you want to add anything. We're pretty much done wrapping it up. Looks like everybody's at work.
Definitely, man. I'm glad that everybody got a chance to tune in this morning. Just want to let y'all know, check me out at King Amin of Essex 1 on Instagram for all your news and notes. Always check me out here at the home, the foundation, the base, the trap house, the Boxing Voice TBV podcast. And sooner than later, I'm telling you, I'm going to fuck one of these guys up. Supermax, I hope you wish well recovery. But Mario, I'm going to fuck you up. This wrestling, I'm cutting a promo. I'm going to fuck you up, man. I got a lot of problems with you. Behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, I'm gonna get you in a square circle and power drive you, man. Where the fuck you been? Fuck my job, fuck your job. The wrestling voice has been waiting, man. I need to talk to you, man.
Spoken like a true wrestler. Yo, NestGTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Peace. Oh, super chat coming in late. Never leave a man behind. Looking like Coach Rivera out in Massachusetts. Actually, we got two. We got Canna before him. Where is Canna by? Says, do me get in that Ennis interview? Nope.
And I told
Doomy got a doctor's appointment, allegedly. Doomy got a doctor's appointment today, allegedly. So at 1 p.m. or something like that. I don't know. But the next one is from Coach Rivera that says, Chepo Tramposo Oscar Valdez W Mas. Oh my God. We need to do me for this. Oh, Valdez, like T. Valdez like T, right? I'm hoping I ain't ruining this. Let's try this one more time.
Oscar Valdez.
He says, Coach Rivera says, carnelito, which means like meat because of the clenbuterol, but still nelito, like Canelo. So carnelito, chepo tramposo, which means, chepo, the trickster, and then Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez. Sounds better in Spanish. That was dope, Coach. That was dope. Alrighty then, Jonathan Sims, you're up.
Can you guys hear me?
We do.
All right, top of the morning. And as always, man, thank you for the show. I think overall you do a phenomenal job. Your brain on this game is it's not always something to agree with, but it's fascinating just because for me, right, I'm always fascinated with just the angles and what you can pull out your ass. So, kudos to you, man. I think you're the best man for this job, and just be patient because it's going to take off. Hell, I started to call a lawyer based off your idea with Showtime, and then I'm like, damn, do I have to give Ness a cut if I win? But anyways, but that was a great idea, man. Like, maybe we all should just get together and try to shoot Showtime because I do think we could win.
Bruh, that's a class action lawsuit without a doubt. You can't tell someone you're buying something and then it disappears, man. Like that's
Ness, I'm 90% sure that we could win a lawsuit.
Of course,
probably a couple million. But let me get into this real quick. That was that's just one little thing of just your intelligence. But I agree with King. It's beyond just him taking the steroids. It's the effect of the opponent who suffers behind it. And that poll was right on time. I definitely think we all as fans need to put our foot down and demand, more of a stringent punishment for people who get caught taking steroids, performance or whatever, because this is crazy. And these are people's livelihoods and lives on the line. So something definitely needs to be done. If not, like, we got the biggest voice, just like TBV gives us the voice. And if we speak with our dollar, and until fans really realize that's why I agree with you with the gangbanging on networks. Like, at this point, we just got to come together. If not, the sport we love is going to fall apart because too many individual agendas, period. So I'm with you. I just think, the next level to Ness is not just calling out the issues, but enacting things that we march forward and carry out. Because we see the problems, but now it's about what are we going to do about it. And before you let me go, here in Monroe, we just got a new authentic gym. So, you know, if anybody's in the Charlotte area, I would love to get a sparring partner so I can really get a feel of where I'm at and see if I'm even good enough to even put myself out there. But, you know, if someone's in the area, hit me up.
What's that? South Carolina?
No, North Carolina, buddy.
No.
I'm in.
I mean, you a heavyweight though, right?
Nah, I'm like 5'8". I'm 5'8".
Nah, because
I mean, I don't.
Smoking
I know
Mount Jay is in South Carolina, somewhere.
It just depends on how far he is in South Carolina, because I'm near like Rock Hill. I'm near Rock Hill, which I almost came to visit you this past weekend because I was just in Myrtle Beach the weekend prior, and it was like a 2-hour drive. I was like, man, let me go see if I can meet this dude for the first time, but it just didn't work out. But if someone's
man, that was a beautiful location. I'm very blessed that I had the opportunity. I never been to Myrtle Beach, man, and boxing took me there, and that was pretty dope.
And now you see what I mean by bringing some fights to the Carolinas. I stayed over there on Oceanfront View. I had a little condo right there by the beach, but that whole strip is nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody in the area, man, I would love, you know what I mean? I'm on the back call. You can hit me up on Skype. I would love to get a sparring partner just so I can gauge where I'm at. But I'm like,
But what weight?
Right now, I'm at like 190, 185 is kind of where I fluctuate to, but I'll work my way down. I mean, I'll spar with a heavyweight just as long as they're willing to progress with me.
Yeah, no, you need like a cruiserweight, light heavyweight.
Yeah, I'm honest with you. I just got to learn. I got to get used to taking punches. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I got this set, but I can't really take a punch just yet. So that's what I really need to work on.
Yeah, that takes time, man. Definitely takes time.
Well, thanks for the time, man. If you find something, just let me know. But like I said, I think going forward, it needs to be, okay, what are we going to do moving forward? What are we putting in place to attack these folks? Because we can't just keep calling out the problem with no resolution, you know?
Nah, listen, it's like I said, but thank you for calling. It's like I told y'all before, you know, I'll give you the idea. Somebody got to put the bread on it, man. Like, it's going to take, and you know, it would be better to get a nice high-level lawyer so that they could get some traction, you know. Just give a few boxing writers some tips so they could write some stories. But yeah, man, someone can do it. People will laugh at us now until someone actually does it, because that's not the way that this world works. You can't say one thing and charge me and then it means something else.
Hey guys, don't forget the guy that made the lawsuit against the whole concept of ladies' night. He won it because he said it was discriminatory. So it was a class action suit and everybody thought he was out of his mind. So come on, fellas. If we got anybody in the community, one of you lawyers that like butting your nose into hip-hop culture, come check us out.
No, there was a lawyer that contacted me like 7 years ago, man. He said he wanted to be the lawyer for TBV. I got to check my emails, see if that comes up like in the subject line. He needs to do it, man. Someone that's already a fan of the sport, that needs to be your fucking job, man. Like, you need to expose some of these things. But let me go to Brooklyn's Kings Born. And you know, that would be exposing and making money, let me tell you, because no one thought, just like you said, they laughed at that guy. No one thought that anyone was going to win the AT&T lawsuit. That shit was, come on, man. That was crazy. Yeah. Somebody actually beat the system.
When you see old dirty bastard form a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your...
Yo, y'all hear me, right? Yo, peace, King. Peace, King, I mean. Listen, man.
Peace, Lord.
I'm on some health shit today, man. Peace, Lord. I'm on some health shit today. Listen. He tried to civilize the savage. Oscar Valdez was the civilizer, and Miguel Mattel was the savage. You heard? But he didn't have the rice, beans, soup, and cabbage. You know what I mean? He tried to do the Robert. You know what? What's going on with this, man? Why you blaming Herbal Tea, Oscar Valdez? What happened to the riboflavin, the niacin, the vitamins, the minerals? Or we could blame it on Juan Valdez. You know, his great uncle, the coffee grower in the commercial gave him the wrong batch. You know what I mean? Gave him the wrong batch, y'all. And listen, why he didn't go to China and get the White Widow or the White Lightning tea and all that? Come on, Oscar Valdez, you gotta do better than that. I was gonna say this shit in Spanish. I don't know Spanish. I'm gonna learn Spanish next. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Real talk, that is weak. So what? He took maca, he took the matcha tea, he took the green tea, he took the Camille tea, he took the blueberry tea. Even a damn live fight chat, even the TVV live chat, power chat don't believe that shit. Nobody believe it. And the reason y'all didn't hear me for 4 days, because I was boycotting that bullshit, Jake Paul shit. They each got $2 million. But did Tyron Woodley really win? He had more power punches connected, y'all. He did stumble him, y'all. What we doing here? The Great White Hype, and it's not the movie. You heard? The Irishman, the Cleveland Man. Fuck going on? And like I said, Ness, this shit gonna be crazy. Gotta big up Border Wars. Let's get it on. Peace, y'all. And King Amin, you the man next to me. Peace.
Yo, shout out to King Born. Yeah. Go ahead and get your 120 from King Born. You need to get your lessons, God.
Yo, he hilarious. He said his great uncle Valdez, Oscar Valdez. He said his great uncle Juan Valdez gave him the wrong batch. That was
nutrition. He hit y'all with funny. The riboflavin, the niacin. Come on, nutrition, Lord.
That Blessings. One was actually funny, man. For real, for real. All right, looks like we got ourselves a brand new caller in the 801 Utah, Salt Lake City. Who this?
Yo, what up, Daz? This is Israel.
Israel, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for calling in. First time?
Hey, man. Yes, sir. I've probably listened to this show for like 6 months already. First time caller, though. I wanted to give you a shout out to the show, man. I'm really enjoying it. I'm over here in the a place called Ogden, Old Town.
Old Town.
Yeah, like about 20 miles away from Salt Lake City, man.
Okay.
And I've heard you talk about this before, where you said at the beginning of the show, I think one of these shows that you talk about is that you was always looking for like people to talk about boxing. Out here in Utah, ain't nothing like what you're doing, man. So I really do appreciate what you're doing, man. I enjoy it. It gets me through the day when I'm working, all that stuff, and I appreciate all the people that are on here, everything you guys talk about. So I did want to give you guys a shout out to everybody that comes on there. You, Do Me, everybody else. I can't Mario, the ladies as well. I don't know everybody's name, but just want to give you guys a shout out, man. It's actually cool to find a group that actually enjoys boxing like I do, and is able to actually like get the fans' frustration and the excitement of all these boxing shows and everything that's going on, you know.
Definitely, man. Happy that you found us, brother. Happy that you found us, man. We're here every day.
Yeah, I noticed that, man. You guys do work, man. I appreciate your how do you say your work, man. Like the dedication that you're doing. Well appreciated by me as a fan, and I'm pretty sure everybody on TVV loves what you're doing, man. You're on all the time, and it's always good to hear that. So I'm glad that I did find this, man. I think I just came across one day I was just looking for something to listen to in boxing, and came across the app.
Nice.
And then from then I just started watching the show on YouTube, and I'm trying to get the whole little lingo of how you guys do the chat apps and the call. So I decided to call because I've tried to call before. I was never able to get on, but this is the first time I was able to get on. So I appreciate what you're doing, Ness.
All right,
for real though, man.
Just know when you call in, you just got to press 1, and we'll get to you, obviously, in a timely fashion. There's as you come in, that's the order that we'll get to you.
All right, sounds good. Keep up the good work, man. I got later comments. I'll keep on listening. I'll let you handle your business.
All right, brother, man. Thank you once again.
All right, man.
All right, Old Town. We going out to Cincinnati. What is up?
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up for back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Folks jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
Yo, Ness, what's going on? How's my audio?
You good?
Yeah, what's up, Ness? What's going on, King? I mean, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, bro. Peace to you, my guy.
Yeah, same to you. So, I ain't one to jump to conspiracy theories and jump to conclusions. So let's just say Oscar Valdez was drinking flat tummy tea like a big booty Instagram bitch. As a professional athlete, he's obligated to know what he's putting in his body. So even if it was the tea, that ain't no excuse in my opinion. So if the B sample was dirty, I think it should be stripping. Next man up, fight for the vacant title against the Brazilian cat. That's my opinion on it. I'm not going to, start this. Well, he in Canelo camp, so he's got to be dirty. And no, I don't get into shit like that. Every man is accountable for their own actions. And you ain't guilty by affiliation in my book. But other than that, man, great show. I look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow, Judgment Day. Sean Porter, don't bitch up. Showtime, Sean. That's the biggest thing in boxing, man.
You mean the networks, is whoever's bidding, you keep saying Porter like he's the one gonna pull the money up.
Nah, I got a feeling he gonna do some bullshit. Man. So yeah, don't bitch out, Showtime.
Make sure you send me a link, man. Make sure you send me a link of the bullshit he did.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Biggest purse bid in the history of boxing. They say don't nobody love Bud. We gonna see though, man.
You said what?
The biggest purse bid in the history of boxing, and y'all act like Bud and nobody. But we gonna see tomorrow.
I mean, if he was somebody, it wouldn't be a fucking purse bid.
That ain't true.
Bye.
That ain't true.
Bye. We never seen AJ at a purse bid. See you later, alligator, man. See you later, alligator.
Shout out to Brandon. Hey,
yo,
I gotta cut out, man. I got a Zoom meeting for my kid, man.
Yes, sir. Do you, baby?
Yo, shout out to the community. Thanks for the skip and for having me on Nest. I get up with you, bro.
Yes, sir. That's a good question. Is there going to be an appreciation night for the Canelo fight in Vegas, November 6th? That is a good question. I will actually type the event coordinator that specific question right now. So that being said, who else we got? All right, Mad Bent Sieng. Que lo que? What up, man? Mad Bent. Oh shit, I'm saying Mad Bent. That's Hawk. Maryland hogging him down. What up? Sorry, champ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ain't too much. What's up, Ness? How you doing today, brother?
Chilling.
Man, you always rolling, bro. You're on top of things. I'm really calling to ask you a question, right? All right, when I know when the big boy had turned in dirty, he turned in a couple of dirties. Gerald Miller, whatever his name was. So what happens if you got a belt and you turn in dirty? When the B sample come back, and come back dirty, do they take his belt?
Oh yeah. If the B sample's dirty too, is strip season.
Oh, he lose belt then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because I know they went to one. Huh?
They got to strip him.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now as long as it all makes sense, they're cool because they went real hard on the other guy. Okay, but that's all I was asking. I was one of these keeping his belt, or he be able to, but you got me. Okay, brother. Thanks, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm out.
And Hawk is out. We're going to Davidian, Buffalo Falls. What up? Davidian in Buffalo Falls. Are you available or are you just not calling at all? All right. So, looks like we got in the 402 Stone Bone Boxing. Stone Bone. Nebraska? No? Man, it definitely say Stone Bone there. He dropped off. All right. Let's see what's next. Davidian looks ready. What up?
Yo, can you hear me? What's going on?
Chilling.
What's good? I don't know. This whole Oscar Valdez news, it's kind of sad because I'm a big fan of him, but I don't know, man. It don't look good. I know that, but we just have to see. So they're gonna do an investigation on him, or what are they gonna? How does that?
That's the rumor, man. They WBC and VADA, they checking in on him. Like,
Yeah, need to check in on. Yeah. Hope I don't want to accuse everybody, but it just don't look good. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. Then to say herbal tea, I don't know about all that. I don't know. It's just I'm disappointed, but we'll see. Great show as always, and to my boxing brothers, what's up, and God bless you, Ness.
Bless, brother, bless. All right. Looking like we got another new caller. I mean, no, that's another new caller. That is my man, JB Cinema. What up?
What up, Des? Good
are
show,
you?
brother, like always.
Thank you.
Doing good, man. Hey, it's heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking. Just like that other caller, I'm a big fan of Oscar Valdez, but damn, this is really disappointing. Really disappointing. I mean, I can't say I'm vouching for the guy, but I'm also not gonna condemn him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be the guy that's putting him guilty until proving innocent. I'm more of the innocent until proving guilty. And we'll just see what the B sample comes up with, or if they go to the hearing, let's see what they have to say about that. So, yeah, that's my call, man. Great show as always.
All right. That's GTO. Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Double Fresh in here on the Double Freshies. Make sure I got to everyone. And that is a yes. And I'm out. Till the next one. Arrivederci.